Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is officially round number 8 here for the Coffee Cup, presented by Old Guy Racing League, OGRL, season number 5, round number 8 at Road Atlanta. And I think we're in for some pretty good racing here today at Motormouth Broadcasting. My name is Tristan Herbst, joined in the commentary box by Jim Cunningham, who's also in the production box for today. Unfortunately, Evan O'Leary is not here today, so it's just us two for today's action. But round number 8, we are officially well past the halfway mark of the season, and we are reaching the closing of season number 5. Exactly 1 month's time away. The 22nd of March will be the closing endurance race at the Nürburgring Combined. So we're still here, though, for round number 5, and I think it's looking good. Jim, welcome in. We've got quite a good race looking like coming up ahead for us.
Yeah, Tristan, good to be here with you. Yeah, I think we do. This series has been really competitive and a lot of fun so far, and you could easily argue that that Road Atlanta is, one of the major homes of endurance racing and GT style cars here in the United States, obviously, along with Sebring and Daytona. Obviously, they host the Petit Le Mans here, the 12 hours Petit Le Mans, or is it 10 hours? It might be 10.
12, I think.
Either way, yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah, it is. It's so it's a small circuit. It's really not that big. Just 2.5 miles in length, but offers a lot of challenges. You got a couple of decent straightaways where you can get some speed. You got some really tough S's that are downhill, and obviously the famous turns 10 and 10A. Probably the best passing opportunities on the track. So a little bit of everything here. But I do think we're going to get some really, really good racing today.
Yeah, absolutely so. And like Jim mentioned, we've got a lot of complicated corners here that you'll get to see in a couple of minutes' time once we preview our track map. But for the time being, let's go through our championship standings as it currently lies for round number 8. For the pro scene, it is Ryan Merriam, who has been collectively just racking up the points so far for the previous rounds, and sits at the top 374 points. Gearing sits just behind him with 355. And then we have Cook and Cheney in 3rd, 4th position. Probert sits in 5th position, followed by Bradley Tidwell in 6th position with 312 points. Sebastian Fack a little bit further down in 7th. In 8th position, we do have Smalley in 298 points to his name. 287 to his. We then have Damian Hoverton in 9th, and Brian Faluna, who has been contesting for the pole in the practice session yet today, but currently sits 10th in that championship standing, so he's got to work hard today if he wants to pull up a bit further. And then from 10th down, you can see the rest of the point standings. We won't go through all of them, as we do still have 2 other classes to go through. So moving on to our Pro-Am class, and leading that currently is going to be Mr. Williams up in front, 299 points. Only an 8-point lead though to Raul Pasta, who currently sits in 2nd. Heath Olinger, currently 3rd position, 290 points, a 1-point difference separating that 2nd position spot of the podium. Bailey down in 4th will be trying to contest there to move up into that 3rd position. Quinton Price down in 5th. He had a bit of an unfortunate race last week around. The likes of Bont down in 6th. He currently sits 264. Hanold down in 7th with Hathaway in 8th. And Cloden will be sitting 215 points down in 9th. Dickerson rounding out the top 10. He had a bit of a tricky one there last week at Bathurst. We did see that Mustang facing backwards a couple of times, so let's hope he can keep it on rails this time around at Road Atlanta. And then finally, our last division here tonight is going to be your AM category. And from the top side, it is going to be Curtis Matthews, who missed last week at Bathurst, but he is hopefully back here again today for the racing at Road Atlanta. JT Sawyer sits behind him with 246 points, and then Gardner to Williams. Risley down in 5th with Jelasuns down in 6th position, and John Schneebel will sit 7th with 198 points. 2 positions splitting those two in 6th and 7th. We then have Reese down in 8th position, 192 points. Bogan in 9th with 175. He's moved up 1 place. He was 10th before the previous round, and Hoskins has moved into the 10th position slot, 170 points, and the rest to follow from 11th down to 28th in your AM class. But that's what the points are looking like so far. Like we mentioned, we only have a couple of rounds left to play for here. We're currently at Road Atlanta. We then next week head to the Red Bull Ring. The week after, we head to Monza. The week after that, we head to Suzuka. And then obviously our final race on the 22nd of March being the Nürburgring Combined, which is the Nürburgring GP with the Nordschleife. We then also, as you can see, Nürburgring Combined all at the bottom on the 22nd of March. And that's what your that is what your standings currently looks like, and it's looking great indeed. And then I believe we have a couple of the weekly events that are still running here at the Old Guy Racing League, which you've got to show if you are wanting to get more involved within the community. Anything that you're looking at over here, bottom right-hand side, discord.gg/OGRL. Monday is the Rookie Like Road course. It is all your free based vehicles and tracks, so you do not need any form of content to race in those, just the basic iRacing subscription. That happens on Mondays. We then have the ARCA Championship, which is on Tuesdays, followed by the Hometown Short Track on Wednesdays. Thursday is your Thursday Thunder Trucks and the NASCAR Trucks. And then obviously Sunday is your Sunday GT3 Coffee Cup League. So nothing on a Friday and a Saturday. That's a bit of a relaxed period. But for the rest of the week, we are racing here at the Old Guy Racing League. So if you're wanting to get involved, bottom right-hand side, Discord or Linktree, you can visit both of those links. But going back to the actual racing app for this week, we are officially 12 minutes into our qualifying session. And Brian Faluna is looking strong here, 119.3.
Yeah, he is indeed. I just noticed that. Oh my goodness, Bradley Lovings has got the lawnmower livery on here again this week, so he must paying tribute to his off tracks last week at at Bathurst. So yeah, he to be honest, he's a lover of the Audi, as you are, of course. Anybody that follows the channel knows that you are a huge fan of the Audi, and Bradley was telling me that he feels like that, the Audi's probably, on its way out, and he wanted to kind of run a tribute season to the Audi, but he says that he's struggling in it. It's not right now. It's not a favorite car of iRacing, and he really has to work hard just to get a setup on this thing that'll get it around safely. And as seeing the lawnmower livery a couple times this year, I would say that he probably hasn't been as successful at that as he would like. But yeah, he's throwing a little love to the Audi before it goes away. And like I said, I know you're a big fan of the car yourself, so. It doesn't look as attractive in this lawnmower livery as it did in his regular paint scheme.
No.
But yeah, this is...
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so... and he... when I first started in the league, he was a big Porsche guy, and he was running the Porsches for a long time. And then I think... I want to say I think he was running the Lamborghini. And then he, like I said, jumped over to this one for this season. But, the Lamborghini in this used to be a very similar car, but I think with all the BOPs and stuff that they've done, the Lamborghini is probably a better car nowadays, even though the chassis are pretty similar on them.
Yeah, I mean, the Lamborghini, lots of the drivers across multiple sim platforms, because the Audi's actually not really pickable in most platforms. I know LMU doesn't even have the Audi because it's not really a part of the calendar of racing. So most people say if you want something as close to the Audi as possible, you pick the Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2. It's made of the same chassis, like you say, or similar chassis, and then obviously also the big V10 turbocharged engine. So very, very similar driving dynamic, and you're actually more of a fan of the entire brand as a whole. I mean, the R8 is great. I really hope Audi can, slam us with another supercar, because I think the R8 is their only contender in that category. We've got to see something like the Audi R10 in 2027 or some crazily genetically modified electric beast. But we'll have to see how that goes. But for the time being, that is your qualifying results up on top. Your live timings will be on the left-hand side. There you can see for Luna, 119.3. He currently leads the GT3 Pro class. And then we have Heath Olinger up in 8th position currently. He leads the Pro-Am class to the 120.172. And then Curtis Matthews, only 4 positions behind him in the GT3 Am class. And, Jim, we're seeing it again. Curtis Matthews is very high up there for the Am class and up into the 11th position slot, ahead of a lot of Pro and Pro-Am drivers here. And, 11 positions of a gap to the next driver in Am. So, Yellow Soons, unfortunately, very far off from the division lead here.
Well, I tell you what, Curtis has come miles. I've documented this. He and I, when he first came in, he and I were pretty competitive with each other, and he's kind of left me in the dust recently. He has really gotten fast. But that's going to wrap up your qualifying, which we'll get to the full grid here shortly. They're doing a little warm up session, and I I think that you and I are going to maybe take a look at this track map.
Indeed, we are. A very nicely developed track map. It's not going to be the standard red track map that you usually see. We've got a bit more detail being provided here. Even some onboards of one of the GT3 cars going around here. So we are in the state of Georgia. Down into Road Atlanta we will go. And as you can see, spanning quite a bit of a distance, as we mentioned, a pretty short track, but it is pretty long in terms of a vertical track layout. It's lots of, obviously, 2 main straight sections that comprise of it. And a lot of gradient change as well. We've got a couple of low dippers there towards turn number 5 and then a high rise towards turn 9 and turn 11. But up towards turn number 1, this is going to be your running charge up the hill. And what looks to be, we're on board in a Porsche, I believe, from that front right splitter. But up towards we will go. Sorry, front right fender. Up the hill we will go, up the right hander. And this is a very careful section. You've got to watch out for the gradient change. We'll throw that car off a little bit. And the curves are very big and very blind as it heads downhill. Through the Esses, turn 3, turn 4, and turn 5. Unfortunately, not many corner names here at Road Atlanta. It's more just turn 1 to turn whatever the next corner is. Up onto the left-hander, you've got to watch out on this right-side curb as it can run you off the track completely, especially in the wet conditions. But the weather is looking rather beautiful here today for racing at Road Atlanta. You then head to the first of the 2 right-handers, which make up one big U-style hairpin. And well, that will then essentially U-turn the car back up towards the starting line. And again, climbing up the hill now towards the back straight. A long running charge here. And this is a great moment for something like the Petit Le Mans. This is where the LMP2s and a couple of the other faster cars get their moment to get those overtakes done. And then a huge overtaking zone coming up after the straight towards turn number 10 and 11. That is your only chicane on Road Atlanta as we pan over to it. There you can see it. Lots of gradient change here as well. It's a hard breaker into the left-hander and it immediately flicks back right onto the uphill. Under the bridge you will go, and then a sudden dip and change of gradient toward that start-finish line and into the right-hander. Again, lots of overtaking opportunities here, and that completes your lap of Road Atlanta. So a great track, and if you're not familiar with Road Atlanta, then I think you're a little bit under a rock in terms of GT racing and endurance racing. It's a very popular track, and I've got to say, a very fun track to drive as well once you know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, it is a fun track to drive, and you indeed would have to be under a rock to not know Road Atlanta, especially in sports car racing. Yeah, what a great facility, really. It's they're acting a fool on pit road, apparently.
Wrestling in the pit.
I think they are actually wrestling on pit road. Now I want to go see what they're doing. Let's see if he's going to join in.
It was a bit of an odd one.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it might have been. Oh, yeah, there they go.
Oh, there we go. That's Curtis Matthews. No, it's not. That's Bradley Lovings. He's not chopping grass. He's chopping up tar. It looks like with his back tires and
tar.
So this is not official, by the way, to anybody who thinks this is the live race. This is still the warm-up session. Yeah. We've still got about another 1 minute or so before we go live with the racing. There we see one of the Lamborghini drivers currently holding off one of the BMW drivers, and as you mentioned, still a bit of warm-up. Yeah, Cameron that's Mr. Risley. Cameron Risley off the track.
He found that turn 5 curbing over there. That's one of the dangerous spots on this track. Obviously, down through the S's is tough, especially over that crest of the hill at 3, and then down through those S's is tough. And then turn 5 is brutal. If you get out there too wide, which you have to be fast around here. There's some curbing over there in turn 5 that'll tear you up if you're not careful. And I am sure, no doubt, we will see an incident today at some point in time over in that area, And this is a look at Yellowstone. Whoa.
Oh, off the track.
Yeah, he did.
Yellowstone's.
Yeah, he's, for lack of a better term, he's kind of the best of the rest when it comes to the amateur division. Like I said, Curtis Matthews seems to have kind of recently distanced himself from the field as far as performance. He seems to be right up there with the AMs, with the pro-AMs, and even some of the pro drivers. He's up there faster than them. So he's really, really found his pace recently.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So as we do come towards the end of our warm-up session, which is great news because it means we get to watch the racing live in action here. a couple of drivers coming around. I hope Curtis Matthews knows this is the last couple of rounds where he gets to prance around in the AM class. He's definitely not going to be in it next season, I don't think.
No, I
think he's going to be pushed up. He's holding a lot of speed underneath that engine. So, but I mean, it's always a good thing to be promoted. But I believe we are officially ready for our starting grid procedure, which will be coming up to you shortly. The drivers all getting ready. There we see them lining up now on the starting grid, just on the back bumper of the pace car. There we see Mr. Faluna, who hasn't come up just yet. He's still in the pit lane, but that is Tim Probert, secondary there in second, finishing off row number 1. Brian Faluna should be joining in shortly. There's Stephen Smalley, so he's in third position in the pink Simpsons Porsche, and then Bradley Tidball will be behind him in P number 4 for the Lamborghini. P number 5, Mr. Aaron Gearing, second in the pro class, followed by Damian Horberton, down in 6th position. He switched to the Porsche, I believe. Again, he's made another kart switch. Brent Cook down in 7th position, followed by Heath Olinger in 8th position. Great stuff from them to put themselves in that position. Hayden Young, 9th position for him, with Sebastian Fack in 10th position, also in the Porsche. 11th position downwards, we have Curtis Matthews, the leader of the AM class. Heath Olinger was the leader of the Pro AM class. Apologies for not mentioning that. And then Bradley Lovings, the lawnmower, in P number 12. P number 13 onwards, though, we've got a couple more cars to go through here. Let's hope we can make it towards the end. Alan Purser with Alexander Claudio. I do think we've got a full qualifying, a full formation lap, so we should have enough time. Will Bailey, P15, followed by Raul Pastor, who currently sits in P number 16. 17th onwards, Jonathan Williams will be starting alongside Dustin Dos Vase in 18th position. From 19th onwards, though, or starting off the 10th row of the grid, Brian Dukowski with Quentin Price down in 20th position. 21st position onwards, row number 11, it is Bobby Lowalski, followed by Jelle Soons, who we did just see have a bit of an off track there in the practice session. The warm-up session. John Gardner, 23rd position, followed by Jeremy Cheney, who also had a bit of an eventful race last week at Bathurst. He currently sits down in 24th, row number 12. 25th position is Mr. Cody Bond, followed by Julian Rice in P26. 27th onwards, we do have Micah Dickinson. Let's hope things go a little bit better compared to Bathurst, followed by Chris Slane. Great livery on that Porsche as well. Love the spillage all over it there. JT Sawyer, 29th, and he sits alongside the Corvette of Mitchell Williams down in 30th position. A couple more to go, and then we're done with our proceedings here. John Schneebel, 31st position, followed by James Kinsbury, and he sits in 32nd. Row number 16, moving on to the 17th row, it is Michael Chaplin, who starts 33rd. Robert Sackett will be starting alongside him in 34th position. 35th onwards, though, we've still got a few more to go. Danny O'Brien, followed by Cameron Risley in 36th position. 35th and 36th, respectively, for them. 37th, we've got Scott Carlson and Charles O'Brien, also a new driver from last week. And I believe that might be it. One or two more. It's David Stoops in 39th, Adrian Rich in 40th position. And the last driver out on grid is Mr. Matt Ulmer, who did not get the best qualifying here. We're starting at the backside of this 40-car grid, and man, that is a massive GT grid here for Road Atlanta.
It is indeed. I tell you what, man, Ulmer's car, I was checking it out pre-race when I was doing my stuff, and you probably don't want that yet. It was, man, it's got that chromed out mobile oil livery. Fantastic looking car, man. Really good looking car. As you and I are big livery fans, so we'll probably talk quite a bit today about liveries and stuff like that. You and I are both big fans of good liveries. So,
yeah, that is absolutely true. Good liveries is what brings it to the race. It's like it's like coffee. Good coffee is always going to bring a smile to your face. Bad coffee is going to turn you off for the rest of the day. And a good livery, like we see Brian Faluna, is also going to assist you in getting that pull-off, and he's been able to do it. Turn number 1, on the downhill, has completely brought the element of surprise to Probert. Onto the uphill, he will run now. The leading Porsche with a couple of other drivers behind. Let's hope we can keep it nice and clean on the uphill. Unfortunately, it doesn't usually go too clean as the drivers begin to pile up into the blind corners. The rest proceed, though. We've got a nice free camera here to watch them all dive up, down into the down-under section of the track. Not the down under as on Australia, but the down under in terms of gradient drop, and up they will go again towards the first of the right-handers towards the backside of the circuit. But Brian Faluna still leads it 4/10 of a lead to Gearing, who is now a second behind. So Gearing has really not gotten the launch he would have wanted here, and he's lost out from the front too.
Yeah, as we see Bradley Lovings, looks like he's already starting to move up. He's up. Oh. So much.
Oh, that's not good.
Put the lawnmower right over there in the grass.
That's quite a big incident on the second right-hander. We'll probably get a bit of a replay to see what happened there. It looked like just too many cars trying to come into one corner at once, and Bradley Loving. So Purser's gotten himself an orange meatball, so he's definitely sustained a bit of damage. I don't know if Purser was involved in that or if he was involved in another incident, but a couple of damage, three wide into the turn. That's Curtis Matthews. Oh my goodness, what a great move there. And they've managed to keep their wings. And never mind. There goes Jeff. That's Kenny. Yeah, that's Cheney. He's backwards on track. He's seated, hoping no one hits him, and looks like everyone's obeying the rules here, and all go past. But a little bit of an eventful end of that lap number one.
Well, to be fair, with 40 some odd cars out here, man, you're bound to have some opening lap cold tire incidents. I mean, it's just going to happen. There's just too many cars out there for somebody not to make a mistake. Especially with the knowledge that you really got to get some of these moves done early, or you just end up getting so far back from the leaders that it takes all race to try to recover from that.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I see our sun has decided to dip away. Looks like the clouds have blocked him up a bit, and slightly darker racing around circuit. Speaking of suns, what was that?
Speaking of suns, we're on yellow zones here. That was just a little sun joke there.
Suns and Suns is slightly different.
Close enough.
I think the virtual grandstand got what you were meaning there, but let's see what Jella can do. He's currently heading down into turn, I believe the hairpin turns. I've almost forgotten their corner names there. It is indeed going to be turn 10A and B, the two hairpin, the two chicane corners that prove quite difficult, and we've already seen one spin there. Let's hope we don't see any more, but Jella Suns will be leading currently in that 13th position slot. He's got Pastor, Price, and Lowalski behind. He's ahead of a couple of the Pro-Am drivers, and as a Am driver, he's going to be doing everything he can to stick up in front. Stephen Smalley has got a lot of pressure from behind. He's holding off fourth, but Horverton is behind, and Horverton now in the Porsche looks a little bit more comfortable than he did last week. I believe he was in the McLaren or the Mustang. I'm not 100% sure what he was in, but he's definitely switched cars again. And now for the Checkered Racing team, will he be able to make this overtake? Coming into the next couple of corners, he needs the slipstream on the back straight to get ahead of the Pink Simpsons car of Smalley, but he's going to have to work hard for it. Onto the final right-hander now. Who's going to get the better exit? This is the real test now. And onto the back he will go. He's got the slipstream advantage. Is it going to be enough, though, to attack him? Into top. Somebody's gone off on the right. No, never mind. That's not someone going off. That's a bunch of GT3 cars following the normal racing line there. It looked like they were all going off to the right-hand side, but Overton now still on the backside. Not enough slip to get ahead of Smalley, and he'll have to stay behind going into turn number 10.
Yep. Let's I'm going to go back up here and take a look at Faluna. He's actually starting to get some pressure from Probert behind. I want to try to go back and find that opening lap incident here, the one that happened down in turn 7, if I can.
Let's hope we can find it. That would be good to see what happened to Lovings and a couple of the other drivers. Obviously, we also saw one of the drivers getting a meatball flag. I can't remember which driver that was now, but we need to see if that was involved in that specific turn 7 incident, or if there was something else on track. So that was the turn 7 incident. So one big incident, one driver with meatball flag, a couple others who just had to try and nurse it home. So there comes your meatball flag.
No, this is Purser. I don't think this was.
Yes, Purser got the meatball flag.
Wow.
Yeah, look,
okay.
That's a smoking car. Yeah.
Separate incident, which it's the replays are freaking out there. I don't know what happened there. But I don't want to see that yet either. Let's get this sped up here and we'll see what happened. So this is Lovings going into 7, or coming up. That was 6, and here they're into 7. Oh, he got a bump. It looks like got a little bit of a
bump on the back.
So
none of those drivers got a meatball. So Purser was involved in another incident where he got that meatball flag, and obviously we saw he absolutely wrecked his engine. There was a bunch of dark smoke coming out the back of that Porsche. So a bit of an unfortunate one for him. This is on the inside for Bradley Lovings. Was this the lap where it happened?
Yep.
And from behind, huge lunge, and I think that was Quinton Price or one of the other Porsches. And just a bit of contact. Fortunately, no wall contact for either of them, and they'll all rejoin quite safely. But not ideal circumstances for Mr. Bradley Loving. 17 positions down, and we're only, 5 minutes into this race?
Yeah, I hope the lawnmower livery wasn't foreshadowing.
Robert's gone ahead.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, Probert's gotten ahead. Obviously, when
course.
we're watching the
Yeah, that's
replays,
how it goes
yeah,
every time.
it's always how it happens. It's always how it happens. The
Every
leaders.
time.
You were mentioning that Faluna was starting to struggle and he was dropping off a bit there,
Well,
and
I would
Probert
say
putting more and more
struggling
pressure.
as much as Probert seemed to have a good run at him. Let's see what happened though. Let's take a look at this pass real quick. Look at it from the aerial shot. I'm a big fan of the chopper.
Looks like just a good old slipstream pass on the outside. More speed being carried into turn 10. And he's actually got the outside line here. Was he able to convert it to the inside? He's definitely ahead going into the corner. He was able to convert it on the inside. Great overtake from Probert. Absolutely contactless. And moves up into first for the Sended Racing team.
Yeah, that was, I mean, a really good road Atlanta pass right there. I mean, down the straightaway, just used the slipstream and got it all done before we even got to turn 10.
Great stuff.
Big old gaggle of cars back here. Look at this mess, would you?
Yeah, this is a good mix of
nice.
looks to be a couple of Am and pros. Oh, Chris Lane on the outside line now coming into turn 1. What a great overtake. A bit of the flashing there from Dickerson. I don't know if he was too happy with that overtake. As Jelasoons finds himself. No, that's Sebastian Fack on the inside of Dickerson. He's found the opportunity and decided to take it while Dickerson was sleeping. And great overtake from Fack on the inside of turn number 2. Up the hill he goes in one position up for the driver. He'll move up and be satisfied with that one. Great stuff. Fack has got a long way to work though. Pro-class driver, and unfortunately in a heavy mix of Am and Pro-Ams.
Well, he was the one that sent it up in on the inside of Bradley Lovings, and I'm not. Well, I guess I will say
let the stewards decide.
caused that accident right here in turn 7. I mean, I think Stevie Wonder could have seen that one coming. So, but anyway. We'll leave that to the stewards. But, yeah, this little gaggle of cars back here, I do have to say Chris Slane's livery is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, I mentioned it in the starting procedure, and we just got to see a preview, but now it's getting under contention here. Sebastian Fack is moving here. He has found a bit of rhythm here after that incident he's had, so moving up in the packs here.
To be fair, I mean, he qualified in 10th position, I believe it was, so... he's obviously fast. Nothing against these guys back here, but he's probably a little bit quicker than most of these guys back in this section of the track. Michael Champlin here is I think he must not have got a qualifying lap in or something, because I would have thought he would have been a little further forward than this.
Yeah, I mean, 26 positions, 7 positions. He started 35th on the grid here, so I mean, slightly change of plans, I guess, for him. And he's, I don't know if he got the best of qualifying laps. I mean, what is Michael Chaplin's division? He is in 35th position right now. No, 26th position is what we mentioned. So, no, Michael Chaplin is an AM driver, so it is the rough area for the AM drivers. But as you mentioned, his previous round results in terms of qualifying have been a lot better. So either he had a real struggle during qualifying and wasn't able to set a lap that was valid enough for himself, or he genuinely just didn't get a lap time in and started all the way at the back. Micah Dickerson is now yet again trying to contest with Sloan. On the inside he will go, and moving up, Slane, not Sloan, and now trying to hold the inside, but he's got pressure from behind. Lovings and Williams are trying to do their work. And almost a 4-wide battle going down into turn number 1. Slane will hold it, though, in that Hulk Smash Porsche just up ahead of Micah Dickerson. And, a little bit of a slide. I could see that coming into turn number 1. He took it a bit too aggressive, and he's able to grab it, though. Great save from Micah Dickerson. But he is going to lose 2 positions there, unfortunately, to Lovings and Williams. But he is safe on the track, and that is the biggest part. 10 minutes into this race, you do not want to be facing into a wall.
No, and he has to be careful right now, because I guarantee you them back tires are screaming at him right now. They are pretty angry about that. So that's typically when you can make another mistake, when you've overheated the rears like that on a slide, and then you just don't have the grip that you would normally have. This is Cheney coming up on the inside. Nice,
Cheney.
Nice pass there by Cheney.
Yeah. Cheney and Kingsbury looks like he might join him. Kingsbury now alongside the likes of Dickerson. He's fallen off slightly now through the slip. The Mustang will have the slightly better top speed here, and he's fallen out of the slipstream a bit. So He's not going to get that overtake just as of yet. And I got to say, also a great clean livery there from James Kingsbury. I mean, even though it's simple, it does scream its waves. Very nice and asymmetric. Unfortunately for Dickerson, he goes off. Yeah, he's struggling. And I think that tire pressure issue, like you mentioned, is definitely coming into the play here. Under braking, just looked like he was squirming a bit. So those rears are probably idling around the 29 to 31 degree, 31 PSI mark. He's definitely increased the pressure on the back there. And he's got to watch out not to overcook those rears, or he might find himself in a similar predicament that he did a lap ago.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Like I said, when you overheat those tires like that, they've just become so difficult to drive. And when it's more than likely it was the rears that got overheated the way he slid. And what you're going to see there is that the back end's just going to constantly want to step out on you. You know, I just saw that Charles O'Brien had an incident. I laugh only because you and I I was trying to figure out, oh my goodness.
Middle of the track for Mr. O'Brien.
Yeah, well, the only reason I laugh is because I was trying to figure out his name, his first name in the pre-race stuff when you and I were messing around, and of course it was right where I should have been looking, but I didn't look there.
Right where the league organized.
Exactly. They put it right there for me, and then I didn't pay attention. But
you couldn't find it. Yeah.
So yeah,
that could have been a lot worse for O'Brien.
He's in the same situation though now. He's got to really, he's just got to take it easy and for a lap or so and let them tires cool back down. Just don't push too hard, or you'll compound your problem quickly there.
A good driver to maybe go and have a look at is where do we find Mr. Matt Ulmer, the driver who started in last and unfortunately still sits in last position. I don't think
he ever started the race.
He didn't start, unfortunately, and Adrian Rich also didn't start this race. So actually a total grid side of 39 cars here for this race. I mean, that's still a huge grid and lots to play for around here. There's your biggest movers game. 10 positions up for Cody Bont.
That's a good run so far. I mean, we're only 11 laps into this race, so he's practically picking up a position a lap. That's fantastic,
But, I mean, we've seen what Bont can do. I mean, he's had an incredible running in the past couple of rounds. I mean, winning in the Pro-Am Championship a couple of races ago, and now sitting in third position for the Pro-Am Championship. So he's got Quinton Price up ahead of him. And then a couple of cars distance up ahead is going to be Bailey, who's holding that 11th position slot. So Bont, I mean, he's still got about a good 35, 38 minutes left of racing here. There's a lot of time for him to play with. And even with that pit stop strategy, I mean, I did see another message from the league admins.
Bailey just had a little off-track incident there in the Mustang. Well, I'll tell you what, the Mustangs seem to be struggling a little bit, And speaking of that, we didn't talk about this yet, but I do want to bring up the fact that we've got this week was the 12 Hours of Bathurst. So we had a new a BOP for all of these GT3 cars this week for Bathurst. And I wonder if some of those changes are affecting, well, not wonder, they absolutely are affecting these cars, obviously, because they made some different enhancements and add some weight, take away some power, increase fuel capacity, all these kind of things to try to even these cars out. And I wonder if the Mustang suffered a little bit there, because we are seeing several incidents with the Mustangs.
Yeah, it seems like it might be slightly more difficult to control around here at Road Atlanta. I mean, the statistics are obviously proving our theories correct here. We've seen two Mustangs, unfortunately, see themselves out. Micah Dickerson and Charles O'Brien. And no other car has really done the same. So I'm leaning towards the same agreement there as you. I think the Mustang has been slightly nerfed going into Road Atlanta here. Probably a bit more difficult to control the car. I can't lie to you though. We do have someone in the virtual grandstand saying, "Man, I wish I could run in this series." My question is, what's stopping you from running in the series? We've posted it. It's discord.gg/OGRL. Get involved in all the action. You can join in on the Coffee Cup Sunday League, and it's open. And I don't think there's a cap for how many drivers there can be in. I mean, there's 39 cars out on grid. Plus one is just going to make the action even more fun.
They do cap it, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. I want to say around 45 or so, but there's a waiting list, and if people identify ahead of time, hey, I'm not going to make it this week, they will they will pull people in, I believe, to try to keep the grid as full as possible. We're taking a look here at Bradley Tidwell, who is absolutely getting hammered on by Alexander Claudio. And Bradley Tidwell, by the way, if you're wanting to join the league, OGRL is one thing, but then to get into the Coffee Cup races, Bradley Tidwell and Bradley Lovings are the two guys that do most of the organizing.
Someone was off there in the background as you just went, oh, someone's off again. That's the Corvette. Just in the camera shot there, that's Claudio. That's Claudio, who's just lost the car down in 9th. Now down to 10th, unfortunately. On the uphill, just loses the grip, and there he is off on the left-hand side. I did see another car off. I don't know who that was, but I guess we won't be able to find out now.
We'll see. So what's weird how it does that? Let me see if it's going to let me.
Oh, almost a bit of a weird rejoin there as well from Claudio. Just over that curb, you can see it.
That's my
on
spot.
The curb.
Said it.
Bounces up. That's the Jim Cunningham Destroyer, and he's followed in suit. Claudio finds himself in the tire barriers.
Before that, I don't think this is what you saw, but this is pretty important. Man, why is it doing that?
This is Sebastian Fack. He's gone off,
It's showing me after.
No, this could possibly be the driver who I saw off, parked on the left, not 100% sure.
This is it here, coming up. Same spot, practically, I think.
Back marker on the left. Yeah, could see the sandwich coming in there. He's made contact with one of the Mercedes. I'm not too sure who that is.
That one came back and bit him in the hind end there. Was that? I think that might have been a Mercedes.
Yeah, it is a Mercedes.
Was it?
I don't know who it is though. Yeah, definitely is a Mercedes. I can see it from the
Gardner,
super long
maybe?
nose. John Gardner could have possibly been. It's a blacked out Mercedes with green trimming.
Let's see.
And so there you can see it up in front there. Definitely a Mercedes Benz, the number 43 car. And so the number 43 car, if we have to go look, it seems to be our
I think it's going to be John Gardner. Yeah, it is Gardner.
Yep, it is indeed. It's John Gardner. Okay.
Look, I'm not picking on Sebastian Fack or anything, but that's two incidents, and I would say, if I were on quick look at the replay, I would say that he might have been the cause of both of those. So, not trying to pick on him or anything, but ProBird's opened up a nice little league on Brian. Lead
2.6 seconds to Brian Faluna. That comment in the virtual grandstand, the member said, I work on the weekends, so makes 100% sense why you can't attend these events. But, if you are interested, there are a bunch of other things at the Old Guy Racing League. And
that's Jed
Cotterman. It's Jed Cotterman. Yeah. I see that now. So he's probably well accustomed to the OGRL, and that makes sense. I've seen that name before. So unfortunate that you cannot be out on track.
So
very unfortunate.
He is. He runs the Wednesday night league that we broadcast here on the channel, which is Full Throttle Racing. It's the Ultimate GT Championship. He runs that league, and then he also races in the Friday league that you broadcast with me. With Bite Point. He is he driving? No, he's driving a GT3 there. I was thinking he might have been in an LMP2 because he had originally talked about that, but no, he's driving a GT3.
Makes sense now because it was confusing me because I saw the name, but I wasn't familiar if I saw it here or not. Makes sense. We've got lots of crossover leagues that are happening here, but 20 minutes into the racing action, and like you mentioned, Probert, 2.9 seconds now. He's building himself quite a reputable gap over here, and he's definitely got a bit more free air here to breathe. He is gonna break into the back markers up in front. There we see Mr. Charles O'Brien, who's unfortunately dropped off quite a bit due to the spins he's had, and now he's being hunted down by the race leader. That's Bradley Lovings as well, who's now going to be contested here by Mr. Probert, and they've got to move out the way for him. It is race leader. Blue flags will be on that dashboard, and they've got to move out in the next couple of corners, or else they might start making Probert a little bit upset there. Gearing is also a long shot away, 1.7 seconds down from Faluna. Oh, and there we see O'Brien and Lovings going slightly off track, so O'Brien will, there he forfeits the position to Probert. Probert's now flashing, going into the right-hander, and telling Bradley Lovings, listen, you need to give the position up. It is blue flag territory, but Bradley Lovings is sticking on that racing line. He's waiting for the back straight, and now he'll probably let Probert go. Probably Probert, a bit of a tongue twister, and he'll let Probert go now, going towards number 10. He's trying to sacrifice as little of his speed as possible. He doesn't want to get overtaken by O'Brien behind. and they get stuck in another battle. And there we go, Bradley Lovings. Let's prob it go. So 20 minutes to go. I did see from our league admins that the predicted pit stop times is between the 20 to 27 lap range. And so it depends obviously on car choice. I believe the Lamborghinis hold out for a little bit longer, around the 25 to 26 mark, but a couple of the other cars might be pulling in 21, maybe 22 laps in.
To be honest with you, that with the BOP this week, I know they changed some fuel stuff on some of the cars. I know the Mustang got more fuel, but of course it's one of the biggest gas guzzlers on track. It's got that big V8 American Freedom horsepower in there, so yes,
good old 4.6 liter.
So it's
you'd actually think. Yeah, you would think it would be the Mercedes, right? Because I mean, the Mercedes coming in at a 6.7 liter V8. I mean, it's got a lot more on it than the Mustang. But like you mentioned, the Mustang seems to be the biggest drinker out here on track, and maybe that's why he's spinning so much. Maybe it's just a bit too much to drink.
Well, they added weight. I know they added weight to the. That was funny, actually. I know they added weight to the Mustang this week as well, so I know that was going to hurt its. Oh, my goodness, that was close right there as Julian Reyes got through on Raul Pasta, and now Cheney followed him right on through. Oh, Raul's getting freight trained here, man.
He is indeed. Yeah, he's going to have to watch out there. He's got Williams, Champlin, Sawyer, Gardner. They're all behind him. They're trying to fight, but obviously they're all in different classes as well. Pasta to the rest. All the drivers behind are all fighting for position in class. Pasta in that Pro-Am class. And he's trying to work up to Dukowski in 17th, but he's got to try and challenge the rest of this grid behind. And they're all going to have the slipstream. There he pulls off the racing line. What is Raul Pasta doing? He lets Williams, Champlin, and Sawyer go past. I'm not too sure why. He was fighting for on-track position there, and he's just let all three go past. A bit strange there from Raul Pasta.
I wonder if he may have a little damage from something that occurred somewhere.
He could. That looked very deliberate, though. I'm not 100% sure why he did that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he knows he's got a little bit of damage and just kind of moved out of the way to, so that he didn't get, somebody get into an accident people trying to get by him. Because it does look like he's got a little damage on the front end of that car, actually. Looks like, maybe not. I was thinking on the front right corner of the car there, but I can't.
I mean, it looks reasonably good. I mean, we can go on board as well, maybe to see that steering degree. Maybe he's stuffed the suspension up a little bit. Maybe a bit of camber breaking up. Looks pretty straight in that 296. Doesn't look like he's sustained any damage. So a very questionable move there from Raul Pasta. He's let 3 cars go. No, that steering wheel is dead straight. There's no issues there. And so I'm wondering why he's let 3 cars go. I know they weren't a part of the same class, but still, that's on-track position. And if he wants to get closer to Dukowski, who's currently holding up there in 17th position, he's going to have to work.
They were same class. Pasta's a Pro-Am, isn't he?
Yeah, but Champlin, Sawyer, and Williams are all AM drivers.
Oh, they are. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, they're all AM drivers.
I mean, technically,
it was a confusing one.
Yeah, no, that is a bit confusing, but I mean, he clearly seems to be off the pace. Look at the way this Mercedes just went around him.
Yeah, Gardner Gardner was just involved in an incident as well. So I mean,
we've got our first pitter here in Bailey.
Yeah, I mean,
we know I want to see if he's going to take tires because he had a couple of off tracks. I wonder if his tires were arguing with him a little bit. No, nope, just doing a scheduled pit stop. So good deal there. I do want to show Curtis. He's our AM leader, of course. What he's accomplished
in 8th position in such a mix of the pros.
I'm telling you, you don't really know Curtis that well. Like from previous seasons. Curtis was a good, solid amateur driver. I mean, nothing against Curtis. He knows I love him, and anybody that's been around knows I do. We even talked about endurance racing together, but. Man, Curtis has made a big jump recently. He really has. You know what I forgot to do? Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. I forgot to pull the dadgum cameras up. Let me get these cameras going.
Cameras? Strange. Yeah. All right. Well,
let me show you. I'll show you.
We'll continue pulling Yellowsons on the backside now of Does Face, and we'll have to see what he can do. He is closing in now. It's not for direct position, but this is Yellowson's second position in class, and he's got Curtis Matthews just up ahead And so we'll have to see what he can do in the next couple of corners here on the backside of Das Vase.
Well,
and Quentin Price a bit further behind.
I only have one person running a webcam today, so I didn't forget a lot. But
okay, and those kind of cameras.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. So we'll give him a.
Okay,
which
great.
I did.
Well, who is that one driver? Who is that? Let's go highlight that said driver.
Well, it's Bradley Tidwell. Where is Bradley? He is in 7th place right now. There he is.
There he is, Mr. Tidwell.
Yep, there he is right there.
Holding it out strong. Yeah, head bopping. He's definitely got some good music playing on that back straight.
He's jamming. And
he's jamming it out, definitely.
Probably got his relative stuff up above or something on a screen. It's fun to see him in this Lambo, and you associate certain people with certain cars, and for him, Mustang is for whatever reason what I associate him with. So, seeing him in the Lambo is kind of cool, and like Curtis Matthews, as we were talking about, who's right behind him. Actually, I mean he's 7 seconds back, but he's the next car on track, and of course Curtis is an M, and Tidwell is. Absolutely a pro. So I'll tell you what, look at the marching ants on the track map, would you? There's not a lot of open track out there. Tidwell is in a really pretty good spot. He's got open track in front of him where he can run some good clean laps. That doesn't happen around here that often. But back to what I was saying. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I was just going to touch back on Pasta's in the pits, by the way. I was just going to finish my thought on Curtis Matthews. My ADD kicked in, and I had a squirrel moment with the cameras. Anybody that knows Curtis and has been around a little while, to you it looks like, he should be up a class, but he was legit a really solid AM driver, and just recently, man, he has found this pace. He has crossed a threshold, and he's a different guy. I'm telling you.
The question is that for practically this entire season, he's been that change driver. I mean, he's been absolutely on fire this season.
Well, which they won't move him up mid-season more than likely. I mean, he deserves a chance to win his championship because he was legitimately categorized. He was an AM driver for sure. And everyone's got their conversion points, and I do feel like Curtis Matthews has found that conversion point. He's definitely improved in skill, like you mentioned. And I mean, look at him; he's contesting the pro class deep into that pro class. So I mean, he's definitely going to get a promotion here to pro am coming into season number 6. And I think he's still going to perform pretty well. I mean, the fact he's still ahead of all pro am drivers, he's technically the lead of am and pro am right now. I mean, that's got to be something to say for. Who is the Well, to be fair, 2nd place in the AMs.
Mr. Yellowstone is coming. Yeah,
he's still ahead of the first Pro-Am driver, which is right here, Quentin Price, just barely ahead of him, but still.
Yeah, and I mean, Curtis Matthews might have to start watching out for a bit. I know his races where he's been up in first. He's been pretty uncontested, but Yellowstone says only one car's difference behind. It's about a 3.5-second gap. And I mean, if Curtis Matthews messes up a bit in that pit stop strategy and Yellowstone finds a bit of time, we might see a bit of a contention there for the lead of the AM class. And it's going to be good to see because usually we did see Curtis Matthews pulling a bit of a Verstappen, especially at De La South. I mean, he pulled, a 28-second gap to any of the drivers behind him. So this time around, he's got a little bit of a challenge behind, especially if he drops that 3-second gap.
Well, Soanes has been fast all season, really. Curtis has just kind of, made it, a little bit ridiculous, with some of the leads he's had this season. But take Curtis out of the picture, Yella has been fast all season. I mean, he really has.
Yeah, he really has. And I think his consistency has also just improved slowly but surely. I mean, top 10, he's holding it. And I mean, from what we've seen from the previous rounds, he's also done incredibly well. So I think he's in this deserving bracket here of a podium spot in that AM class. But there is a lot that he can push for here. I mean, he could technically push for the win here in the AM class. There you can just see Curtis Matthews up ahead of that BMW. When he pulls out slightly, you do see that blue Acura heading into turn number 10. You'll probably see it now. There it is, just at the end of the straight. So, I mean, the hope is inside for him. He can possibly contest for the win of the AM class here. And here he goes. He takes over from Das Vase. And now he's behind Curtis Matthews. A 3-second chase for Yellowsuns. Can he do it? But the same is going on for the lead of the Pro-Ams. Bont is right on the backside of Price. As there we see Dos Weiss coming in. And Cody Bont right on the backside of Quinton Price. So there's a lot to contest for in the AM and the Pro-Am class here.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I think we're going to still see without Ryan Merriam here, obviously that takes a little, one of the fastest guys in the series out of the mix today. But I don't think this Tim Probert, Brian Faluna battle is finished yet either. Probert's flying right now, but we still got pit stops to come, and so it'll be interesting to see how that all works out in the end. But yeah,
let's hope it. In personal opinion, for entertainment sakes, I hope it does work out to where Faluna can get in towards an attacking distance. It would be great to see all three classes fighting for change of position coming towards the end of the race. There's that Mobile One livery.
I'll tell you what,
Mobile One. It is another Mobile One, right?
Yeah, the silver one.
Alma had one. Yeah, Alma had one, and there's one up in front. Who's in front of Yellowsuns there? That's a
lap car.
Matthews.
That's a lap car.
Not a Mobile One livery. Apologies. It looked like it was. No. Obviously, Alma's rocking that chromatic Mobile One, but he's not in. He's not in the race right now. So, wonder who that is. Very similar livery though. Alan Purser down at 33rd. He's the one who got the orange meatball quite early on in this race with the complete engine stuff up, and he's back up fighting in 33rd.
That was coming down through these Esses here, man.
Yep.
On cold tires, these Esses can be nasty. I mean, I have to say I didn't get there in time, but that shot, camera shot looking down, those cars coming down through those S's is, one of the, it's kind of like, I won't say it's like Eau Rouge and Radillon at Spa, but it's close, All right, Matthews is pitting, Bont is pitting. We're really starting to see these the leaders pitting now, which this is pretty much getting to the, right in the heat of the pit zone time. In fact, let's put this back up. And
we saw. So the first pit stop we saw came at lap 19 from one of the Mustangs.
Right.
So, I mean, the range we were given by the league admins was theoretically correct, 20 to 27. Great dive from Slane up on the inside of Gardner. He will move through turn number 10. Great stuff before the pit stops come into play, and they'll both be staying out now. But a little bit off, and Gardner's going to reclaim that going into turn number 1. But good sportsmanship shown from both. Really clean racing and no contact between the two of them. But yeah, this is the perfect window right now. It's between lap 20 to 27, and we'll be seeing there. You see most of the top race leaders now. Faluna's come in. Probert has stayed out for the overcut. Is it going to work in his favor though? Bont is also out there. He's alongside him now. Is it going to work out in his favor, though, or is he going to lose time yet to the battle with Bont? He was already a little bit squirmish on the exit there of that corner, so he's lost a bit of time to that. So let's see, will Faluna be able to potentially be on the backside of Probert after the pit stops?
Well, we'll see. That's a good question. Probert's got some free track in front of him now that he just got by that lap car.
And he's coming in.
There he is, yeah. I mean, that's probably a smart strategy. And, of course, we got the pit times up on the bottom. What you'll see is you initially will see the time that they're sitting parked in their pit stall. And then once they finish and pull out, that'll go into the parentheses. And what you'll see is the total time ticking away, which is their total time on pit road. So that reflects how fast they got on and off pit road, and hopefully without a black flag or any kind of speeding penalty. So, look, Probert's taking tires.
Oh, tires, yeah. I don't think we saw that from Faluna. Obviously, we didn't watch his pit stop.
But
so we wouldn't have known. But I mean, a couple of other drivers there in that pit stop, you could see there they were not up on their jacks.
At 18 seconds, I don't think he took tires. An 18 second.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No. And there he gets, I think he's going to get ahead. Yeah,
Probert.
No, Probert's already out. Yep, Probert's come out somehow.
So he must have taken 2 tires. He must have just taken 2. You can get 2 for free, I think. Like they won't hurt your time in pits for 2. So I think he got 2 tires. Now it'd be interesting to see. This track has a lot of right-hand turns. So I don't know if he would have taken maybe a right front potentially, just to I guess it really depends on how you drive the car, too. Be
Yeah,
interesting to
the
ask
way you
him
drive
that.
it is 100% going to be the cause of which tires are going to go fastest. But like you mentioned, overall, it's a lot of right-hander corners, and so that's going to be the overall judgment of which tires are going to go out first. He has Probert now fighting on the alongside Micah Dickerson, but not for position at all. And so he'll move up going into that next corner of turn number 10. Dickerson getting a skirmish again, so almost losing that Mustang through turn number 10. He's been able to recover it, though. Good stuff. As we are officially about 20 minutes left of racing here to go, as we hit the 36-minute mark. 35-minute mark would mark 20 minutes left. So 19 minutes left of racing to go here. There we see our pit
That's not
stop
accurate.
info. So
I got
yeah, I don't think that is accurate, but that's all good.
On those times,
as we'll see Probert still sitting up in front. He definitely did change tires. So Probert, 2.6 seconds gap, though. For Luna is catching very, very fast, Jim. So I mean, it went from about 4.7 seconds down to 2.7.
Well,
I don't know if Probert's gotten hooked up in a lot of traffic, but Faluna is catching.
Yes, and that's what I was going to point out. Faluna actually had the longer pit stop there, and he still closed the gap up because right prior to the pit stops occurring, Probert had over a 4-second lead, or it was right around 4 seconds. And now it's down to 2. And Probert had a 2-second faster pit stop. So in theory, he should even be further out in front, and he's not. So something has caught him up, whether it's, it's got to be traffic, obviously,
Yeah, you did have a bit of a battle there with Micah
twitch
Dickerson.
or something, some kind of mistake where he had to really get out of it or something.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he had that battle with Micah Dickerson, but I genuinely don't think that could have put you down 2 seconds of a distance to Faluna. I think there's a couple of other factors that have been involved here for the Sended Racing driver, but he still holds first. He's definitely still got that stride. He's got to build that confidence back up. There's Curtis Matthews at the back of this train, and it is indeed Claudio who sits in the middle of it all. It's Price and Dos Vase up ahead, and Dos Vase has actually gotten the undercut strategy to work as he's back ahead of Price going into that next corner. And there we see Dos Vase now holding it to the likes of Price and Claudio, just a bit further behind. And into turn number 10 now, it's going to all change because Price makes the lunge. It's late on the brakes, though, and is he going to be able to hold the inside line? The Porsche with the slightly better rotation will have that easy bit of advantage, and he's going to be able to keep it on that inside line. Great move from Quinton Price. Can he keep it, though, coming into the runoff for turn number 1? He does have the likes of Curtis Matthews and Claudio behind, but he is going to be able to keep that position. Great move from Quinton Price. And now Dos Vase has got to watch out because he's got Curtis Matthews just behind, and he's wanting to possibly catch up because Jelle Soens, I don't know if he's pitted yet, but he's currently the leader for the AM class.
He has pitted.
So Jelle Soens has played something different.
Yes, well, pit time. That's exactly what it was.
Time.
Let's do this. Let's pull over here. Let's pull pit lane time up right here, and you'll see.
We can see it.
I'll tell you what,
I mean,
we haven't done it all race. Let's group them
up here. It's about 3 seconds. 3 seconds of a difference, I'd say. 3 or 4 seconds.
That was the difference. If you remember, he was a couple of seconds behind Curtis before, like 2 seconds, and now he is. Now he's
Curtis,
ahead.
I think, just also got involved in a bunch of traffic just now, so he's just extended that gap even more. So, yeah, he's still involved in all of that, and Jelle Soens is in a complete bit of clean air. 7 seconds of a gap right now. There you can see Curtis Matthews has got a long way of running because he's got Dos Vase up ahead and Quinton Price, and both of them are fighting for on-track position. So he can't just swoop past them and fight up towards Jelle Soens. So this has been a great undercut or overcut. I can't remember who put it first, but great pit stop strategy coming in from Soens. And let's hope he can keep it now. 20 minutes left of racing to go. Sorry, 15 minutes left of racing to go.
So Curtis pitted, real quick, I'll pop that out there. Let's see. Curtis pitted on lap 24 and Soens pitted on lap 25.
So overcut. Good old overcut strategy coming in from Soens.
Yeah, I think that's all about like catching some good, clean. I mean, he definitely had a faster pit stop, which clearly got in the lead. But I think what we're really seeing here is Curtis's, the way Curtis is handling this lap traffic. See, like he's struggling to get by right there. Look, he's
actually almost going to get overtaken. Yeah, Claudio's alongside now.
Yeah, that's just going to make it worse for him, I mean, he really is struggling here. And to be fair, I mean, he kind of has to protect his position. He is in first place in the points, and you don't
Yep.
want to go throw that away and have a wreck or something. And so this is not good
this is
here.
3 wide.
Oh my God!
Oh, they've all managed it. My goodness, that was a
oh,
little bit scary. We're just talking about him protecting his position and not taking a risk, and then he goes 3 wide.
Well,
into
he
turn
didn't choose
10.
to put it 3 wide. I mean,
No,
he was
100%
stuck.
not.
He was stuck right in the sandwich there. I'm sure all he could think was, I need to get the hell out of here.
I mean, Cody Bond jumped up on the inside line. Look at the advantage he got from that. He's far ahead of, he's almost a second ahead now of Curtis Matthews just from leaping up on the inside. And remember that Bond is chasing Price up ahead, 2.3 seconds of a gap. That's for the lead of the Pro-Am Championship. So things have definitely scaled up now. There we see Quentin Price. He's coming over that death curb on the right-hand side. And Yellowsoon's just up ahead of him. But Probert is pretty uncontested for now. 2.8 seconds for Luna is dropping off yet again. And so that's either going to be that Probert is finding more consistency or for Luna is not finding some consistency. I think he's running on the same set of tires. So maybe that tire change for Probert has come in advantage. A little bit easier to hold the car and keep those average lap times up. As Faluna is now dropping it down to 3 seconds of a gap. So from 2.1 down to 3. That's almost a full second of distance he's put between himself again.
No.
Oh, Yellowsoons is off. What on earth has happened to Yellowsoons fighting for the lead of the AM class, and he's out the race?
He just wrecked this car.
What on earth happened? This is but for the back. I believe this is with Micah Dickerson.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I click the wrong one? Oh, I did. Hold on.
Yeah, this looks like Micah Dickerson.
Here we go.
I was just about to say, there we go. There's Mr. Yellowsoon. So this is coming into the second right-hander. Was it on the exit curb? No. All looks good and fine. Was this a mechanical? Looks mechanical
no,
indeed.
That's an equipment failure of some kind, or
that is definitely.
Something. Oh my God, I hate that, man. Oh!
And he almost rejoins into Quentin Price as
that's
well.
Not a rejoin. That's
that's
usually when you lose steering, the car goes hard left. It almost makes me feel like maybe a monitor issue or something, or a lot of the guys in this league run in VR, so I don't know, but oh man, nothing irritates me more than somebody struggling and losing something from an equipment failure or a internet issue. Look, if you get wrecked on track, if somebody just absolutely wrecks you, at least it happened on track. The fact that an equipment failure cost you your race, and he was, he had gotten the lead from Curtis and was just in phenomenal shape. I hate that for him.
Well, I mean, that I suppose is the only thing that differentiates it from real life racing. It's the fact that these drivers are online and they have those possibilities of being taken out of the race due to external factors. And it is really unfortunate to see because, a driver can be so talented and so consistent, and then something happens to them that they physically cannot control. Yeah. So, I hope Yellow comes in.
I guess that's no different than an equipment failure in real life.
Yeah, in real life,
If you blow an engine or you have brake failure or something like that, I guess it could be considered kind of the same realm, an equipment failure.
Correct, yeah.
So I guess there is a level of realism in that because we don't really have brake failure in the game, and we don't.
Exactly.
We'll have brake fade maybe, but not failure. And we don't really typically see engines blow up that often. It does happen, especially if you overheat the car. Well, that's because he hit the wall, though, and more than likely, busted the engine up from hitting the wall.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. I get you.
So,
but I do hope Yella does come in for an interview afterwards. If he is in the virtual grandstand, if you're watching the stream, please. I do hope you come in afterwards. We'd like to just have a chat about that because, man, that's unfortunate. Like Jim says, I mean, leading the race and doing so at such a great job, and then just being taken out by something you can't control is so unfortunate.
He had just, pulled it off, I mean, he between his pit stop and handling the lap traffic and all, he had just gotten himself the lead, and then it just, golly, man, I hate that. But I tell you what, I did rationalize it just now in my head, and I can accept it more now because an equipment failure in sim racing is no different, I guess, than an equipment failure. Guy out there running strong, and all of a sudden the engine lets go. It happens, It happens all the time. So, I just The internet one is the one that gets me the most, though. You know, because you truly, you know, especially some of these guys from foreign countries, you know, they, you know, like I don't think that, you know, I don't think that some of the systems you have down in South Africa are as good for you as what we have in America. You know, right? I know y'all have electrical issues down there a little more than we do, I believe.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. I mean that's kind of subsided now, but it was a big thing, especially in COVID-19, and you know there was a huge surge in sim racing in that era. Obviously, everyone was at home, and you know a lot more available to hop on the rig. But yeah, indeed, you know everyone faces their crises. I mean, South Africa had load shedding for quite a bit, which is a period of time where our power is automatically cut off daily
we have that.
During
we have that at certain times in the United States. We call them like rolling brownouts or whatever, where they will cut your power. You know, it happens. Well, here in Texas, where I'm at, we had a major freeze a couple of years back that was really putting a strain on the grid because we don't have a lot of people with fireplaces and other like boilers in their house or whatever, because it very rarely gets that cold here, and so it put a serious strain on the energy system, and we had temperatures down in the single digits, and we were having rolling blackouts, and people were, you know, having to go 8, 10, 12 hours without power, if not longer, and they didn't have heat. You know, it was bad.
Yeah, I think the only difference is in South Africa it ran for 4 years straight daily, so it was a bit more extreme.
Was it really? Like daily?
Every single day you had 2 to 3 power outage slots between an hour to 2.5 hours of no power, and daily for about 3 years, all the way through COVID, we had that. It was it's why most South African households, if you go into them, you will find an inverter or some form of solar system, because everyone decided to go onto their own power grid, as it was no longer reliable to source from the standard grid. But I mean, anyways, I suppose we should hop off of the power train and hop back onto the racing train, because things are going to start to change up now. We're in our last 8 minutes of racing, and this is where things are going to really start to get interesting, especially for that AM and Pro class. Well, actually, not for the AM class anymore, because Curtis Matthews, his next competitor is Williams down in 16th position, so it's a very far fight. But for that Pro-Am class, it is Cody Bont and the likes of Price, who's in 8th position. So, and they are currently 1.1 seconds of a difference apart. So the next 8 minutes is going to be a field day for Bont and Price, because they need to determine who's going to come out ahead for that Pro-Am class, as it is it's quite important now as we head to round number 8. There's only a couple of rounds left, and so all the points that they can get will matter.
I tell you what, this is clearly the battle. It looks like Claudio is really giving Bont some fits here, which is only going to probably separate him and Price even more. I'm sure Bont is like, hey, come on, I'm not your fight. Give me a break, you know. But I do want to mention, let's take a 12th place, Bradley Lovings. That's quite a recovery.
He's moved up back. He's back to 0-0 over there, and I mean, obviously, he took that massive spin at the start of the race.
Yeah.
So he's been in the. I think he was off again, or someone's off on the left-hand side there. So he's been off a couple of times, and all the way up to 12. I mean, that's almost breaching the top 10. That is a great recovery drive for the lawnmower. I mean, I think it's got some premium fuel in it or something. That thing is mowing lawns over here. Well, it's been avoiding the lawns for the past couple of laps. It's been on tarmac only, so that blade has been unused for the time being for Bradley Lovings. But I think that's what he wants. You know, he's currently sitting 12th and hoping he can try and get top 10. But 5 minutes left. That's all that we've got left.
Yeah, we'll pop in here real quick and show Curtis here, our AM leader, real quick, as I get rid of the biggest gainers thing, and then we'll go back to this. Brian Faluna has all of a sudden found some company back here with Horvathen is kind of it's Damian. Is that how you say it? Damian.
Damian.
Damian. Okay. Yep. Yeah, he was a great interview last week. That was fun getting to talk to him.
Yeah. It was good.
Well, you know, it's always...
We'll probably get him again, yeah. I mean, he's third in the pro class. He'll probably join in to have a bit of a chat. So
yeah, hopefully.
It'll be good to have him again. We see the rest of them now. I mean, what, 4.5 minutes left to go? This is where the pressure starts to be placed. Bont is catching, Jim. I mean, I know we saw that Bont was under pressure from Claudio. Oh, huge lunge there from Damian Horvatin as he gets past a couple of back markers. But even though the likes of Bont is under pressure from Claudio, he is catching onto the back of Price. I don't know if Price is slowing down, possibly due to just not getting those lap times in, or if Bont is just setting faster lap after lap. And obviously,
he could potentially be saving fuel as well. But if I'm looking at the lap times, though, they are, I mean,
he's 2.5 tenths faster the last lap, so.
But they're all still turning competitive laps with the leaders, So it's, everybody's on this same pace. So I would just say, I would say that Bont's just putting them down right now. Put some quicker laps in there.
Oh, and he's looking already. Look at this on the outside of turn number 10. Yeah, he's trying to already intimidate there. That golden tooth is going to soon get smacked out on the back bumper. He's got to watch out to not lose that one. That's valuable. Look at look at how close it's gotten now between these two. Bont is hungry for the win here of the Pro-Am class, and Price up ahead is going to have to fight hard for this one. On the outside, they will go now. And, I mean, Bont, he's just got to be patient here. He cannot risk. Never mind, he's going up on the right-hand side into the downhill section. This might get a bit risky on the inside line. There is contact indeed, and I thought that contact was going to come. Bont has pulled over. He's going to wait.
Waiting.
I don't know. No, he's not. Price is not coming out of that wall.
And then he hits
and there's contact. Oh, my goodness.
And I know why he was waiting. I get that, and that's great sportsmanship. But that almost certainly can cause other problems, because then all of a sudden you become unpredictable,
Yeah, indeed. And from that unpredictability, it has pushed Williams up into the lead of the Pro-Am class. And so it's changed even further than what we thought here, Jim. I mean, I thought Bont was going to pull away from that one.
I didn't see
no, never mind.
Wow.
Yeah, Jonathan Williams has pulled up, and he's made his way into the pole position here of the Pro-Am class. And I don't even think that wasn't in his cards. That was not in his playing deck here for this race. I don't think he had that thought in his mind at all. And in the last 3 minutes, he's put himself on the pole position. So, and I mean, unfortunately, I could see that coming from a long shot. That was a very, very tight right-hander. I could see the contact was going to be made.
Let's go back.
And I mean, good sportsmanship from Bont, trying to, obviously stop and give the way. But it did not look like Price was coming out of that wall. I think he kind of just forfeited it a bit there. And then Bont just rejoining a bit onto the racing line. And Lovings, nothing he could do there. He just sees a Porsche rejoining out of nowhere. So 2 minutes left to go here. We'll try and get a replay for you now of that incident between the two of them. But that's what it stands like. Probert is... Probert's under pressure. This is going to be good. Yep, Probert's... no, it's not dire. Don't stress. We can watch this. It's about a 4/10 distance. We'll go back to that shortly. But
can't
has this
do
incident.
That turn 3
Yeah,
there, man. That's...
Yeah, it's, I think, just too much of the inside curb there from Bont. And Price needed to get the car rotated, and unfortunately... and there's the incident at the top left, you can see.
Look at this now, though. So...
This is Bradley Lovings.
After the contact with...
so Bradley Lovings pulled off. Was that damage sustained to Lovings' car?
I think so.
And, from consistency to out of the race. Yeah, and that's not going to be good.
And then this is why Probert is...
Probert's lost it. So that's
he's tore up
the car. He's gone. This happened now. This was Brian Faluna chasing onto the backside, but Faluna's not even in the lead of this. It's Damian. So Damian has taken the lead of this race. So here's the three of them going. Oh, that's Gardner up in front of them. And there we now see Faluna getting ahead. Oh, and there's contact between both of them.
Oh, man.
And that's why you see Damian up ahead. My goodness, everything has changed here except for the GT3 AM class. It's changed between Pro-Am and Pro. And Damian Horvatin, from just consistency, it's paid off up into P number 1 in the final minute of racing.
Gosh.
This is exactly what he needed.
All right, let's see. Yeah, we are.
Here we go. 55 minutes is ticked. This is it.
This is it.
There he is. He's coming up. He's coming towards the. He's just started his final lap. Yeah.
Right,
but I mean,
real quick,
what a change of events.
Let's go back real quick one more time and see. I have to say here, man, Probert was completely unaware that Faluna was. I mean, he should have seen him though. I mean, he was halfway ahead of him. All right,
No, I mean, yeah, he was an entire front bumper ahead of Probert. I mean, it was more than alongside. You can see
So
it. Here comes for Luna.
He's hammered in here. He's frustrated, and then.
Oh, dude, I mean, you can see the front right fender.
Yeah.
I mean, the front left fender of Faluna already in his view, unless he's got a very cropped view in that McLaren.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, like you say, I mean, it's a whole fender ahead. He's an entire front bumper ahead. So that, I mean, yeah, that's going to be looked at by the stewards. Nothing for us to comment on there, unfortunately. But unfortunately, it's all changed up. Damian Horvatin is going to come across through turn 10A and turn B, and things have changed for him. From fighting for podium, he's completely uncontested for the win of this race. For Luna, 6 seconds behind. And It is going to be Damian Horvatin. What a great win to this race for the Pro Series. There comes for Luna. Fortunately for him, didn't sustain as much damage as Probert did, and he'll come across in second, Gearing in third. That is going to be great for the championship points for Gearing.
Yes.
He might get closer up to Merriam there. Stephen Smalley a bit further behind in fourth, and Cook will finish behind him. But my goodness, loads and loads of difference here. Here's Mr. Bradley Tidwell. And you can see he's just having a good day. Coming across down the right-hander, he will come. Lots of focus still showing there. And race over for Mr. Bradley Tidwell. 6th position overall. That is a great position to sit. And then just behind him comes our GT3 AM class winner. And it is indeed Mr. Curtis Matthews ahead of the Pro Am class winner of Mr. Williams down in 9th. But Curtis Matthews has done it again. He was slightly contested there. Unfortunately, Yellow Soons did fall off, but it is going to be Curtis Matthews, 7th position overall, first in class. A bit further behind, here comes Williams, Jonathan Williams in the Porsche, and we'll finish off strong, the lead of the Pro-Am class.
What an absolutely crazy race. These two here have been swapping spots. Great battle here for the end of the race. I believe Lewowski just got by. Oh, my gosh. Could y'all put those two names together? Lewowski and Dukowski at the same. Come on,
Cheney got a black flag on the final lap.
Oh no!
That is, yeah. Cheney's going to move far down at the 40-second penalty.
40 seconds. Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah. Oh. And I think that's our only black flag on the circuit as well. So nobody else sustained a penalty. Cheney is the only one there in that boat, unfortunately. And like we mentioned, that's on the final lap as well. So 40 seconds. He's not going to be able to serve it in the pit stop. 40 seconds added to his end time. Dukowski stops out on track. Yep.
The way this race turned in the last 8 minutes has been insane.
Completely unsuspected. I know, completely unsuspected. But I think after that, we are officially... are we ready for our point standings? We're waiting for a couple more to come across.
I think we're
ready for our point standings. Yeah, we're all good to go. So let's have a look. Without further ado,
let's do it by class. So we'll start with we'll start with the pros.
We'll go with pro class indeed. We'll go through it, and it is indeed going to be Mr. Damian Horvatin, who sits up in first position, Brian Faluna in second, with Aaron Gearing in third position. Followed by him, Stephen Smalley, Brent Cook, Bradley Tidwell in sixth position, Alexander Claudio after having a couple of incidents out on track, followed by Dustin Dos Weiss, Jeremy Cheney just getting himself that black flag down in 9th with Tim Probert in 10th. Alan Purser 11th, Bradley Lovings down in 12th, Hayden Young 13th for him, Sebastian Fack down in 14th, and Adrian Rich rounds out our pro class of racing here. 42 laps completed, and a great finish for a couple of the drivers. Moving on to our Pro-Am class, though, we've got Jonathan Williams also sweeping up that Pro-Am class from Jody Bont and Quinton Price. Cody Bont still manages to finish off in second with Bobby Lewalski behind him. Behind that is Brian Dukowski in the Chevrolet Corvette, with Raul Pasta finishing off in fifth. Heath Olinger started in P1 for this race for the Pro-Ams, down to sixth position. James Kinsbury will be behind them with Micah Dickerson, again, not having the best of races yet today, down in 8th. Danny O'Brien with Will Bailey down in 10th, and Quinton Price, unfortunately, the driver who had it all here today and could have finished up in P1, down in 11th position in class. And then our final class of today's racing, the GT3 AM class, and Mr. Curtis Matthews takes it by absolute storm again for the BW Racing team. Finishes off strong. Mitchell Williams follows behind him, with Julian Reese behind them in third position. JT Sawyer will finish up in fourth, with Chris Slane in that beautiful Hulk Smash livery down in fifth. John Schneebel, sixth position for him, with Michael Chaplin and Cameron Risley down in seventh and eighth position, respectively. John Gardner down in ninth, and Charles O'Brien, also a bit of a unfortunate race for him, down in 10th. Robert Sackett will take 11th, with Yellow Soons down in 12th. Very unfortunate to see him drop off due to those issues. I'm hoping he will be in that in our commentary box to have a bit of a chat. David Stoops And Scott Carlson, Matt Ulmer, unfortunately not finishing this race by quite a long margin. And that is officially your race results done and dusted for tonight's racing. But I believe we are ready for a couple of our interviews. And looking at what we've got the man who gave us quite an entertaining interview last time around. He's back again, but he's put himself up on pole. Damian Overton, welcome into the commentary box yet again here on Motormouth Broadcasting. I mean, just talk us through what an eventful end to that race.
Man, it was insane. I'm too happy for this. It was a long time coming, this win. I haven't won since like summer last year, so last 2 laps I was in tears.
Oh,
but no, man,
that's awesome.
Honestly, compared to the guys in front, I didn't really have the pace to overtake. And the thing is, I was 1 incident away from a drive-through. So, I got a good pit stop.
Playing on the edge.
Yeah. I was just trying to keep that gap between me and Faluna, outside of the 2 seconds, just in case something happens. Because he was in the uphill left-hander, he was running wide a lot. So I was just trying to keep up, praying on something. And 2 laps to go, I don't know what happened. I was just about to watch the replay of it. But, I guess I was like given a hand from the skies today. And too bad for the guys, because I think Tim deserved the win. He was really quick today. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well,
it's incredible.
One of those things. It was just lap traffic, and it was
exactly.
But shined on you today, didn't it?
Yeah,
indeed it did. And I see you switch cars again. You went in the Porsche at Bathurst, were you?
Yeah, I switched from the Ford to Porsche. Honestly, this was a track that's more suited to the Ford. So I was regretting it a little bit in practice. And I can't set up a car. I don't know how to. I never learned to. So I was just trying to make it as sharp as possible, because it doesn't want to turn in here. And out of the traction zones, I just couldn't keep up with Aaron or with anybody, for that matter. But yeah, Porsche's been good. I chose it because it has one trick up its sleeve, and that's rain racing. And we have Suzuka coming up that's gonna be rain. So I hope to get a really good result there.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. But Red Bull Ring next week, how are you feeling? Yeah, definitely not.
Definitely not. How I feel about Red Bull Ring? I've ran one race there, and it was in the next gen Mustang 2 years ago.
Oh.
So I don't know the track at all.
Oh. A learning experience for next week?
Yeah, so I'll have to put the laps in, I guess, during the week and see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and before you head out the box, is there anything you'd like to say or thank anybody?
I'd like to thank everybody. The guys that have been with me in the voice chat, Bradley, Rob, Sackett. I forgot the names now, sorry. I'd like to thank the God for helping me out today. And yeah, that's it. That's mostly it. Always gotta thank God.
Final quick one for you. What's your celebratory drink?
I don't have it. I should find one. Honestly, you can
all right, go turn your computer off, go find one, and then have it, because you did a great race here tonight. Well done on finishing off in P1.
Thank you very much. I'll make sure. I'll take one more for you too.
Oh, thank you so much. For Jim as well. 3. Go for 3.
Yes, 3 up. Yeah, get hammered.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Thanks so much. Hey. That was Mr. Damian. You want to still say something?
No. That's all.
All good. Okay.
I just wanted to say, let's pull Bradley Lovings in next, just because we did not plug the new sponsorship, and we'll bring him in, and we'll let Bradley. I didn't have a chance to talk to him pre-race, so let's we'll talk to him a little bit about the race, and then we'll talk to him about the new sponsorship that we've picked up here in OGRL.
Yeah, well, he's here, Mr. Bradley Lovings. Welcome into the commentary box. Finishing off in a bit of a better position. Well, you were having a great race, and then it went slightly sour towards the end there. Talk us with that contact that you had there with Bont. Did you sustain too much damage to finish off the race?
Oh yeah, man. The car had damage after that. I didn't get to do my third quality lap. The hands were real sweaty this morning, so I pulled over to put the gloves on, and then it told me I had to reset by the time I did that. But it's crazy. Between P4 and 12th in quali was 3/10. So I think the race would have been better if I could have done my third lap, got that extra 3/10 I needed. That would have been in the bag. We had a P5 car today for sure. With the way things ended, I think we could have got P2 if I could have stayed up front all race. Hate that P1 and P2 got wrecked.
Yeah, that was. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. I'm sure you went back and watched the replay. That was a heck of an incident. But speaking of replays here, this is a lap 1 incident that we're showing right now, and clearly you were trying to give a plug to your lawnmower sponsor as you went off there and went off in turn 7 there, and looks like somebody took a serious.
Even recruited 2 more people to his
Yeah,
company.
yeah. Well, that's right. Going to show them. We're going to multiple grass cuttings going on. We're like a whole team out there.
Yeah, man. I told the boys since I was starting in 12th, my goal was P5, P6 by the end of the first lap. I was on pace for that. I don't know who got into me, but it was just a rocket ship on the inside there.
I believe it was Sebastian Fack got a little ambitious there going into turn 7.
Yeah, man. It just ruined my race, man. I had, like I say, I think we had P3, P4 pace with the wreck at the end. Definitely would have got on the podium. But that's how it goes, man. I finally had the Audi tuned up.
Yep.
Had her on the tarmac today. Next race will be a lower wing race, so I don't know how it'll feel, but we'll try and keep it on the track.
So now let's talk about the new sponsorship here in OGRL. I did not really get to sit down with you and get the details I felt like I needed to really explain this, because we've got the new Beaver Boost Mods here as a new sponsor. Do you want to maybe kind of go through what that's all about?
Oh, yeah, man. So we got a new sponsor, Beaver Boost Mods, set up shop along with telemetry and sim coaching. Beaver Boost Mods, they're going to pick a amateur beaver of the week, tune up their shit box, and get them on track, put a little beaver in them, man. So yeah.
Everybody needs a little beaver in their life.
Oh, man, you got to pound a beaver and lap the field. So I'm trying to just get the AM drivers a little bit more on pace. A little coaching can get you.
So any kind of guarantees come with that Beaver Boost Mods, or what's the story with that?
Oh, it's just for OGRL Coffee Cup members at this time. We're just helping out the amateur beavers out here.
Everybody needs their shit box tuned up one way or another.
You are right on that. Beaver Boost Mods does not guarantee any reliability or performance. We just tune it to spec and send it. So if you need any modifications to your ship box, hit me up.
There we go. And so are we gonna pick the shit box of the week via spin? Are we gonna do that on air, or how's that?
You tell me now. Which AM driver could use a little help next week? I'll hit him up, see if he wants some beaver time.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, so do you want us to pick that while we're here? Because
pick it now.
I mean, I would say let's go with Charles O'Brien.
Yep, same pick for me. You read my mind.
There you go.
I'll hit Charlie up, Mr. O'Brien, see what's up. And,
I mean,
a little beaver
obviously
forward this upcoming week.
Good Irishman. He could certainly use a little beaver, I'm sure. So.
The thing is, he's not Irish. You need to talk to him about that. It's
he's American.
He's
well, I know he's American, but
stolen valor, but in Irish sense.
Oh, it's stolen valor. That's awesome. All right, man. Well, we're going to move on and chat with him. You got anybody else you want to thank besides Beaver Boost Mods?
Oh, yeah, man. Arcadia and Woodcraft, Lori Locks, and Cody's roofing business. I forgot the name of it. MAS maybe. But, hit him up.
Mass Solutions,
Yeah, hit him up if you need any roofing needs. You guys do a great job. Peace.
All right, man.
Cheers. That was Mr. Bradley Lovings.
Pound the beaver and lap the field. That's what I'm talking about right
Exactly.
All
right. Let's. Who do you want to bring in next? Let's
one
go
of the winners.
with,
So either
Yeah, okay, so I
Bailey
see
or
Mr. Curtis.
yeah,
We'll
Curtis
bring
is
Mr.
good.
Curtis in here. Yeah, there we go. Curtis Matthews, you are live on the commentary box here at Motormouth Broadcasting. And I mean,
Hey,
just
guys.
talk us through it. It was looking like one of those pixel perfect races like De La South. Then Yellow Soons kind of got a bit involved, and then Yellow Soons disappeared, and then you kind of went to your own race again.
Yeah, dude, he was so fast. We were sitting there talking on in the game, and I was watching the relatives, him catching up. I'm like, I'm gonna get beat. You know, he had the draft behind Quentin. I think it was Quentin. So he was definitely catching up. And unfortunately, I wasn't close to Tidwell enough to catch his draft. So I was kind of on my own, just watching him catch me, and I was like, this is not gonna be good. And then somehow the pit strategy, he passed me in the pits, ended out like 3 cars ahead of me. So it was just me just trying to catch back up, dealing with traffic in front of me. And then I saw him after turn 7. I saw him in the grass. I'm like, oh man, like
Yeah.
I don't want to win that way.
It seems from our predicament, we obviously haven't had a chat with him, but it definitely looks like some form of equipment failure, something to do with maybe his software or his
Wheelbase.
wheel, because he completely lost all steering there, and or even a monitor issue is what Jim is maybe predicting. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you're extending that win, I guess, on your side. That championship standings is looking good for the AM class.
Well, I'm going to give you the exclusive because I was talking to Gillo right now. His steering wheel, his wheelbase fell off, he said.
Fell off.
Oh, it fell off.
Yep, that's what he says. My wheelbase fell off.
Well,
Oh, okay, so it's more physical than we thought, Jim.
Yes.
It literally
Yes.
unclipped. Okay,
well,
we got to find out from Yellow if he's got is he got like a proper mounted wheel,
he
or
needs
is he
to
still on
find.
like
He needs to get like a snap-on or some kind of
Yeah.
sponsorship where he can tighten the nuts up on his wheelbase. Because as we said earlier, everybody needs a little piece of beaver, but everybody also needs a tool set to tighten up their wheelbase. That's a hell of a mess.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just
So,
sent him
I
a
mean,
message to tell him to come into the broadcast chat so you guys can talk to him
Yeah, we'll
about
give
it.
him a hard time about that,
I
especially
appreciate
since it was his own fault because he wasn't checking his nuts properly. So
Yeah, we gotta investigate that one. But I mean, Curtis, we head to Red Bull Ring next round. How are you feeling for that in the Acura?
I am not good with that. So I'm the Red Bull Ring and Suzuka. I'm not very comfortable with. So those are going to be probably my 2 hard ones where I'm going to just focus. And that's literally what I've been doing because a lot of guys have been messing with me, like tell me I need to go up to pro or pro am. I just been like during a week, I just been focusing on practicing and studying track guides, and
I'm going to
really put the
say
time in.
absolutely you do not need to go up during the season. You have put your time in running in the mid-pack in the amateurs and stuff. I say it every week, and I mean it. You and I were pretty equal on pace there for a while, and you have taken it to a whole different level. You deserve the chance to win this championship. You've paid your dues down here, and you worked hard. And if you win the championship, you need to move up. But as of right now, you absolutely 100% deserve to be here in this place and have this opportunity. So that's my opinion.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, great stuff from your side. Before you leave, I'm pulling the man in here, so we all got a chance to ask him. Yella, welcome into the commentary box. Can you please tell us how your entire wheel decides to come off?
I don't know. It just it's not out. It's one moment it doesn't want to respond anymore. So I tried plugging it in and plugging it out.
Oh, so it didn't
But
actually fall off.
So it didn't fall off. It just turned off.
Just turned off.
It turned off.
Okay, all right.
And
Because
Okay.
I was about to say that was your fault. You need to go get a sponsorship from some socket company so you could tighten your nuts up. But if it wasn't that, if it was an equipment failure, that's different. But so I hate to see that for you, buddy, because you absolutely executed perfectly there. You were running solid second. You pulled your fast pit stop. You pitted a couple of seconds faster than him, and then you ahead of Curtis, and you also managed traffic at that moment better than he did as well, and you took the lead, and you were looking really strong there, and so very unfortunate for you.
Yeah, you definitely deserve the win, man. Like I definitely should have P2 in there. You definitely had that first place, so I'm sorry about that.
but-
Hearing about that, man.
But
Curtis
Curtis will
drove,
take the points.
Very well, good. They
Yeah,
drove very well as also.
but I
Me
mean,
and you will go at it
from
next weekend at Red Bull.
yeah, you guys got to do the same at Red Bull
Yeah.
Ring. But I mean, from your sides, Curtis and Yella, anybody you'd like to thank or mention before you head out the box?
Real quick, Team USA won in gold in hockey just now.
Yes.
So go USA, Olympic hockey team. Congrats to them. But no, again, just I want to say thanks to Jill. He definitely gave me a good race today. I was definitely on my toes there. And a lot of the other AMs, finished up in the top 15 too. So the AMs are coming up. So be careful with the pro AM and pro guys. Like we're coming. But I just want to thank my wife. She's always let me do this, and just lets me dedicate my time to practice to race with this. She enjoys the broadcast, and thanks to you guys, always put on a good show. I love going back and watching. And now, man, I can't wait to see how bad I do at Red Bull next week.
Incredible stuff. Yella, anything from your side?
I want to thank the guys like always, my team for keep helping me and improving what I can do in a race.
Great
Oh, yeah, I
stuff.
gotta
Well, thank you guys.
got-
also.
Jill, remind me, thank you. I gotta thank my BWE guys too. I'm such a shithead. Sorry, I can't say that, but thank you for reminding me to thank my team.
I think today shit is okay because apparently with the new Beaver Boost mods, they're tuning your shit box up. So apparently we're saying shit today. So
Yeah, it seems like it's,
well, I
it's
appreciate
been,
it.
it's
So
been
we're
whitelisted,
okay.
guys.
yes.
All right, but I mean, great stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining
All right,
us in the
buddies.
box, and we'll see
Thank
you
you,
guys
guys.
next
Thanks,
week.
guys.
at
Thanks for
Red
having
Bull.
us.
See you next week.
Cheers.
Oh,
Alrighty, that
that's
was Mr. Curtis and Mr. Yella Soons. We've got a couple more in the box here. Jim, who do you feel like pulling up?
good. Well, let's see. Well, that's really weird. Why is it showing?
We do have Jonathan Williams.
Yeah,
Let's pull
Williams.
him in. He's the
For
pro-am.
some reason,
he's the pro-am
thing
leader.
is showing.
There we go.
Anyway, that's weird.
There we
Anyway,
go,
yeah,
Mr.
pull him in.
Jonathan. Welcome into the commentary box. You are live on the booth here at Motormouth Broadcasting, and I mean, I don't think it was in your playing deck today to win the Pro-Am Championship. I mean, not the championship, the Pro-Am lead here for today's racing. I mean, just talk us through that.
No, it wasn't. I started out somewhat fast, got hung up in Cheney spinning, which I lost a boat ton load of positions. But at the end of the day, obviously, Ollinger and quite a few people, especially Ollinger, was extremely fast. I just got lucky with everybody taking each other out, honestly.
Well, nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
it
a
seems
little
like-
luck every now and then. Have a quick question for you. Refresh my memory. Don't you have your own Discord? Is that you that you have your own Discord league? Is
No, that's not.
Okay,
That's not
all
me,
right.
no.
It's been a while. I wasn't sure if that was you or not. I just want to clarify. But anyway, look, man, racing. Well, we're saying it, so I'll just say it again. Shit happens, and today the shit worked out for you. So
Yes, it did. I saw the top 9. I was happy with that. It wasn't until after the race that I realized that I somehow was in the lead.
really, you didn't
Yeah, well,
know
I mean,
at any point that you were during the race that you
No.
were leading?
No, I did not.
Do you race in?
Oh, must have been a pleasant surprise
Do you
stepping out of the
race
car.
in VR or what?
Yeah, I race in VR.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense. Okay.
Well, that must
Well, I
have
mean,
been
we had
really
to,
nice.
Yeah, it must have been a nice surprise as you saw that on the board. But we head to Red Bull Ring next week. How are you feeling for that?
Sadly, I think I'm gonna miss it. My freaking son starts travel soccer.
Well, there you go.
It's supposed to the start of the season, and unfortunately, I believe I got to go out of town. I'm gonna try to make it.
So there goes all your free time and any money that you had ever hoped to spend on sim racing. It'll all go out the window now.
As I was saying, it's
for travel.
50-50.
Yeah.
50-50. Sim racing for sure, and travel soccer it breaks the bank for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, congratulations again, man. Did you thank your sponsors already? I don't know if you. I don't remember. now.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
As always, thank Alan, who I practice with time and time. And then obviously everybody at OGRL and all the practice sessions. I always truly enjoy it. Good or bad outcomes, I enjoy it. So thank you.
There you go. All right.
Incredible stuff. Thank you so much for joining us in the box.
Take care. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right.
Alrighty, we still got quite a few to go
Yeah,
here.
whoever you want. Faluna would probably be
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, we can bring in Faluna here.
I'm sure he's
Mr. Brian
got.
Faluna,
I'm sure
you
he's
are,
got opinions.
Yeah,
What's
you
going
are
on,
live
fellas?
on the you're live on the box here at Motorbot Broadcasting, and like Jim was saying, I think you've got some opinions about how that race ended. I mean, just talk us through that.
You know what? At the end of the day, it's just electrons. I'm not going to be emotional about it. Passionate because this is a hobby. I do this for fun. If I was getting paid, maybe. If this was last season and I was fighting for the title, maybe. But it's all good. It happens. It's not a $600,000 GT3 car. Then I probably would have been a bit upset. But it's all good.
Well, what was your take
Oh.
on the way that went down? Just like that's cool that you're not upset about it, but just what was your take on the way it went down? What from your perspective? Just
I saw John on the relative, and it just was one of those unfortunate races for Tim where he just caught traffic in just horrible places. So I know that feeling. And when I saw John that we were pretty close coming up to turn one, I was like, okay, that mark's pretty good in a straight line. I don't know if Tim will be able to get past him. And so I don't know, like Tim flash him or anything to kind of give him like the, hey, I'm here. And so when we got up to the top of the hill towards 2, I saw that the gap had gotten even closer. And, I think I had passed John before once or twice. And so I knew I could probably use that to catch back up to Tim and maybe have a chance on the back straight, because that's where I was trying to line things up, or maybe into the final chicane. But Tim went a little deep and kind of slid a little wide, was kind of stuck behind Gardner, and I saw the opportunity, so I went and braked a little earlier to try and cut the curb, and I was like, I'll just take the off track. And I was trying to use John as a pick to hold Tim behind and hope that maybe I could get by through the Esses and then, try to run away.
well,
And,
Well, it seems
it happens.
Yeah.
I watched everybody told me more people were emotional about it than I was, and they were like, you got to watch the replay. I looked at the replay. At first, when the whole thing happened, I thought I actually hit them.
Oh,
because
yeah,
I only
no,
have
that-
one. Like I'm driving on the TV in my living room,
okay,
and so
yeah.
I don't have triple monitors, and I've got a button map to look left or look right. So obviously that takes a little second. But I thought maybe I hit them, and yeah, it's all good though. Ironically, getting spun and then how I spun, like I hit the tires, and I asked Aaron after the race, I only took a little damage to the front left fender. I was able to continue on. I think I still finished P2, so
Yes,
I'll
you
take
did.
the points.
Yep,
I'm
indeed.
happy.
Yeah.
I had a crappy quali lap. I screwed up turn 1 and was down like 2/10.
The reality was you were in second before the incident happened, and you still ended up in second, just a different guy in first.
Yeah.
So.
And Damien was slowly cutting into the gap too, because I was still running into traffic and doing my best to ask people as I came up to him. One of the beautiful things about iRacing is you can talk to people, sometimes good, sometimes not. And so I would ask people if I could like pass them at certain points. Like there was a McLaren Heath on the backstretch. I asked him if I could get by him before the chicane, and he graciously moved over to the side. And then I just tried to use him for a draft before he slowed down. Didn't really help me because my car was basically like a parachute on the back of it in a straight. Yeah. It happens. It's all good, fellas.
Well,
Looking forward to the next one.
congratulations on a good finish anyway. I mean, you know, in the end, second place is still a strong finish, especially with Ryan not being here. You know, those are good beneficial points, obviously.
Yeah. Unfortunate that Ryan couldn't be here. I was curious to see where the Aston would have been, looking just kind of at the leaderboards, like Garage 61. It didn't seem as quick here. So I think we probably would have had a good fight between Tim and Ryan and me. Aaron probably would have sprinkled in there, and Damien was pretty fast too. So, again, we'll go on to the next one. But big shout out to Williams and Matthews again. I think we need to bump Matthews up to pro-am.
Well, he's going.
He's moving.
He deserves to win. He deserves a chance to win that championship first, though.
Yeah.
Because
he's
you and I both
put a
know
lot of work
he
in.
paid his dues down in the AMs. Like I say, week in and week out. He was a mid-pack AM driver a couple seasons ago, and he's put the work in. So he deserves that chance to win that title for sure. But he's definitely his ass is definitely going up one way or the other. So.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he's quick. He deserves to if he keeps up with that form and his improvement trajectory. He's definitely going to take the title this year, and he'll definitely give people in the pro class a run for their money. I mean, he's doing it in the Honda of all cars too. Probably the worst GT3 car this iRacing season. So he puts it in
certainly
a car
not the best. Yeah.
He puts it in a car that's more competitive. I mean, he'll instantly be. I think he'll be in the top 5 on a regular basis.
Well, that's nice of you to say. Yeah. So, but anyway, you got anybody you want to thank while we're in here before we let you
go? As always, shout out to my wife, shout out to you guys and the guys here at OGRL. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun. And then on to the next one. And I think the next race. The next race or the race after that will be my last one for the season because I will be out doing some military training. So
we talked about that.
I haven't done Red Bull Ring on here, so I'm curious. I've never driven it in a GT3 car on iRacing, so I guess I'll have to
watch the track limits.
Oh yeah,
track limits at that place will eat you up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
But, thanks so much for joining us in the box there. We appreciate all the everything we've chatted about and stuff. But we'll see you next week at Red Bull Ring.
Yep. See you there.
Right, buddy.
Thanks, fellas.
Cheers. Cheers.
So
alrighty.
We're
going to pull in. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster with these last few here. Mr. Aaron Gearing, welcome into the commentary box. A few short questions for you. I suppose tonight will be some great points on the board for you. Second in the championship standings, and Miriam wasn't here. So this looked like a good race for you.
Another little podium for the cabinet. Just unfortunate I couldn't stay with the guys. Had a much longer pit stop. I put in nearly 50 litres. The Merc was really thirsty. So that's what killed my race, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate to hear about. But apologies, we have to keep it short. We've gone on for a bit here. But I mean, next week we head to Red Bull Ring. What's the thoughts over there with the Mercedes?
Like most tracks, death. I was fighting that car the whole time, man. The whole time I was fighting that car around here, and I feel like next week's just going to be another can of that. So yeah.
Well, let's hope it goes a bit better next week. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank or mention before you head out the box?
Wife, daughter, dog, cats. Thank you very much. Love you. See you next week.
Great stuff from Aaron Gearing. He's assisting us in making those final ones short. There we get our sponsor banner on the bottom. Make sure you head on to all of those fantastic sponsors and their discounts. We've got a few more. We've got Mr. Julian Reese, as I drag him down. Mr. Julian Reese, welcome to the commentary box. We're going to keep it slightly short here. What was the race like for you? I believe you were driving a bit more in the mid-pack, but I mean, talk us through the race here at Red Atlanta.
It was a great race, man. I was able to get a decent start, be safe. Only had 4X in the race. Didn't take any tires. I really didn't make too many mistakes this race, and yeah, it was a great race for us.
Incredible stuff. And then next week you head to Red Bull Ring. How are you feeling in the BMW?
Let's go. I got to get another podium. This is my second one of the season, so hopefully we can start moving up the ladder and start catching these guys.
Absolutely incredible stuff. And then finally, last question for you. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank or mention? Any sponsors or team members?
My beautiful wife, Emily. I love you. Yeah, let's go. We got
the best sponsor you can get.
That's right.
Incredible stuff. Thank you so much, Gillian. Apologies it was short, but we'll see you next week at Red Bull Ring.
Have a good one, gentlemen.
Cheers. And then our final one for the night, Mr. Mitchell Williams. Mitchell Williams, you are live on the box here at Motormouth Broadcasting. Talk us through that race at Red Atlanta.
Well, I kind of messed up in qualifying and got a off track, so I was a little bit further behind than I would have liked, but this that Vince gave me was really, really good on running. And I jumped a few people with pit stops, and almost got a top 10, but I was trying my butt off to try to catch Curtis. Wasn't quite able to.
Just wasn't enough. It seems like Curtis was running pretty strong up in front, but next week you head to Red Bull Ring. What do you think you can do there?
My prior experience, I'm not the best, but I do have a lot of experience, like more than I had today, practicing wise. But I feel like I know that track well enough. I can maybe get another good finish out of it.
Oh, we hope to see that great finish coming out of you. Final question for you. Apologies for keeping it short, but do you have any sponsors or anybody you'd like to thank or mention?
Always like Purnell and the rest of the Vet Boys group for helping me get kind of used to how to make setups and all that and get help and all that. But I don't know, it was just fun racing Coffee Cup in my first season.
Yeah, incredible stuff. And I think there'll definitely be more seasons to come, and we hope to see you there. But more importantly, we hope to see you next week at Red Bull Ring. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And that does it. Apologies for having to go through those final few at the end. We had a long list of interviews here, and it's always good to get all the perspectives of the drivers. But it does sometimes mean we have to push it slightly along, as we have reached 10 past 6 in the evening here for me. I don't know. I think it's like 10 past 9, 10 past 10 for you there, Jim.
Yep, 10 past 10 in the morning. Yep.
10 past 10 in the morning, indeed. It is time to move on to lunch for the Americans. It's time to move on to dinner for myself. But, Jim, any final words here for Red Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, another great race. Kind of crazy how everything flipped in the last 10 minutes, of that race.
Yeah.
But always exciting. And, like you said, I want to thank our channel sponsors real quick. Roasted Record. They do small batch artisan roasted coffees. They're based out of Stuart, Florida. They do a lot of internet sales. So we've got a link down in the description, and use the code SIM20 for 20% off your order. And our other league sponsor here, channel sponsor is Digital Race Engineer. If you use Crew Chief, go try Digital Race Engineer. They have a free version. It's so much better than Crew Chief. I can't even begin to tell you. We have a link down below. We don't get anything if you buy anything or whatever. It just lets them know that their advertising's working if you click that link, and they just let them know that their support for the channel is working. And give them a try, man. You'll be blown away once you actually get into the software. What it can do, you literally can control your whole entire car vocally. You don't have to touch a button on your steering wheel for anything. It's amazing. And so, yeah, check them out. But other than that, man, thanks for you for hanging in there. I know you need to get off here, so I'll shut up at this point and stop being the motor mouth. The name of this channel is real. It's because I'm a motor mouth.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, good racing.
It's where we bring. Yeah, it's where we bring some of the best racing up. But thank you so much for joining us yet. Tonight for me, today in the morning, at the American side, for round number 8 of the OGRL Coffee Cup League. We head to round number 9 at the Red Bull Ring next week. Same time, you do not want to miss it. My name has been Tristan Earps, joined in the commentary box and the production box by Jim Cunningham. And once again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. And just remember, Motormouth Broadcasting is where legends are made, one corner at a time.